Okay, this is the characteristics of the universe when weather assessment. The Milky Way galaxy is described as a disk of stars orbiting a central point on the disk. Which of these best explains why people on Earth cannot see the entire shape of the Milky Way galaxy? So I like to go ahead and do this. So here we are, and this would be our sun. We're kind of near the edge of the galaxy, so this is other stuff. We are a part of this galaxy, so we cannot take a selfie. Many more stars exist outside. Okay, big deal. Stars in the center are extremely small. Okay. The center of the galaxy consists of a dense cluster of stars. Well, it doesn't. It's a black hole. But so A is correct. The Hertzsprung-Russell diagram shows how the sun is classified among the stars. Which type of stars is several thousand times brighter than the sun with a temperature of 3,000 Kelvin. So here is our, this little dot right here is where our sun is. And we say that our sun has a luminosity of 1. So if it's several times brighter, thousands of times brighter than us, it's probably going to be right up here. A temperature of 3,000 degrees is right about here. So we're looking at this section right here, which is part of the supergiants. So it's going to be our supergiants there. Number 3, which source of energy is most responsible for weather and currents? So source of energy, this, we're talking weather, which has to do with, has to do with water, has to do with clouds, currents, all kinds of stuff here. So everything that has to do with this, water is not a source of energy. It doesn't push something, same with the wind, at least not. This would be, for like electrical or something like this, but these aren't electrical type of things. Same with this one as well. The sun is the ultimate source of energy, and because we have uneven heating of the earth, we have weather. All right, number 4, with the use of the Hubble Space Telescope, scientists recently discovered a giant runaway star. It's 90 times larger than the sun, and is very hot. White and blue in color, so this means super hot. Yep. Why does the sun appear to be brighter? Our sun appears brighter than this runaway star when viewed from Earth. Well, the sun is a different color than the runaway star. Okay, so color really has nothing to do with brightness. It's basically size has something to do with brightness, which is when it talks about this other sun being 90 times larger than our sun, then it seems like it should be brighter. But the sun is older. We're a pretty young star. We don't, and doesn't talk about any age in there. The sun is closer to the Earth than the runaway star. Well, I like this one, even though the other one's a lot bigger. Our sun is a lot closer, so I like that one. The sun is made of different elements than the runaway star. It's always just hydrogen and helium all the time. So the fact that the sun's so much closer to the Earth, it appears like it's a lot larger than that tiny runaway star that's so much larger but super, super far away. Number 5, the HR diagram is shown below. Based on this diagram, what type of stars would belong to spectral class K and have a luminosity of 10.2? So spectral class K and have a luminosity of 10.2. So here is spectral class K. It's going to have that right there, spectral class K right there, 10.2. So I'm looking about right around in here, 10.2. That is our giants, which is going to be right there. Number 6, 4 students are asked to describe a nebula and a star. Their responses are shown below. So we've got a nebula here and a star right here. We've got our 4 students. Which one's correct? So a collection of hot gases that sometimes produces light. Okay, this means it's a star, so this one's wrong. Anytime you see producing light, it's a star. A collection of hot gases that results from stars that have exploded. Okay, this needs a cloud of dust, not just gases. So, yeah, I don't like this one. I don't like this one either, even though it's got nuclear reaction. This is a pretty weak one. Collection of dust and gases that form stars or results from dying stars. I like that. A sphere of matter with a density and a temperature great enough to cause a nuclear reaction at a center. I like that one. Let's see, a collection of dust and gases that is found near stars. I don't necessarily like that one. That produces no light. Definitely that's wrong. So the correct answer is going to be student number 3. Number 7, 2 regions in approximately the same latitude or distance from the equator. So we're talking about latitude is this way, okay? Can have a very different weather. For example, Florida. So let's say here's our thing of Florida down here, peninsula, and we've got California, which is kind of right around here, East Coast. So this would be California. This over here would be Florida. About the same distance as far as distance from the equator. They can have very different weather. So why is it that Florida's weather is warmer than California? Well, the rays of the sun are more direct than in Florida. Not true, because they're in the same latitude. Same latitude. The tilt of the Earth moves away from California. Well, we're still in the northern hemisphere, so that doesn't. So we're going to say northern hemisphere. So that would be true if one was in the northern, one was in the southern. The atmospheric winds reach as far as California, which bring cold air. Well, the ocean currents from the Gulf of Mexico bring warm water to Florida. Okay, so what happens is that you've got a cold ocean current coming over here from California, which makes this cool and dry air. And over here, you've got a warm ocean current coming up from the equator, which makes it very humid and moist. So you got a lot more rain happening over here. So the correct answer over here is D. Number 8, the Big Bang Theory suggests that our universe formed as a result of a huge explosion that sent all existing matter flying in all the directions, in this direction. From a single point, the Big Bang Theory is supported by all of these observations. Which of these observations? All matter in the universe is composed of the same atoms. Not true. All galaxies appear to be moving away from each other. That we talked about that. That's that red shift. All matters in the universe are approximately the same age. And well, that may be true, but we did not talk about this, so I'm just going to put that. The universe is relatively the same temperature in all locations. Not true, because we talked about how stars have very different temperatures. So correct answer is going to be B. Number 9, which of the following best describes the position of the sun relative to other objects in space? Our sun is near the edge of the Milky Way galaxy. That's what we were doing here. We're over here near the edge. We're not on the edge. We're not near the center. Farther from Earth than any other star. Not true. Halfway between Mercury and Pluto. Not true. Just outside of our galaxy. It's part of our galaxy. So the correct answer is going to be B. Number 10, astronomers make observations in visible light, but also in other parts of the electromagnetic spectrum, such as radio and gamma waves. Scientists make observations in different wavelengths because. So we have all that information. Visible light is not necessarily a reliable source of data because that's just what we can see. Observations in different wavelengths provide different information about stars. I like this one. That's why they have all those different kinds, and looking at the same picture with different ones tells us different things. The equipment required for observations in other wavelengths is expensive. We don't really talk about cost, so no, I don't think that's it. Visible light only provides information about the closest objects of our galaxy. Well, that's true, so that's why we use all of different wavelengths, because observations in different wavelengths tell us different information.
All right, this is number 11. All observable objects outside our galaxy, when viewed from Earth, have a spectra shift to slightly longer wavelengths. So we talked about the shifting wavelengths. The longer wavelengths, are going towards the red. That's why we call it red shifting, which means they are moving away, because those spectral lines, those wavelengths are being stretched, which means the object is moving away. So the answer, which of the following best describes the relative distance of the sun to other stars? The sun to other stars on Earth, and other stars to Earth. Sorry. A, no other stars are closer to Earth than sun. That is correct. That's why the sun looks so big and so bright, even though it's not the biggest or the hottest or the brightest. The North Star is closer. No, then the North Star would be our source of energy. All stars we see from Earth are closer. No, they're all farther away. The sun is the closest, and all stars in the galaxy are closer to the Earth than the sun. Absolutely not. The sun is the closest star. Okay, number 13, the star spica is highlighted in the HR diagram. According to the HR diagram, which of the following is correctly describes the star spica? Spica is located right here, so we know spica must be blue in color. We know it is very, very hot, and we know that it is very, very bright because it is up here up top, and it is farther to the left. It's a very small, nope, it's not small, it's not cool because it's bright and it's blue. Medium, no, it's not medium, and it's not dim. It's very high up on the HR diagram. It is not yellow. It is over here in the blue section, and it is blue, yes. It is bright, yes. Main sequence, well, it is in this main sequence area, so yes, so D is our answer. Number 14, the data table below provides information on 4 stars as collected by astronomers on the Earth. Which of the stars, according to the information, is moving toward us? Toward us, that's got to be the wavelengths getting shorter, which would be a blue shifting wavelength. So anything that's going blue, well, these radio waves are blue, so the only correct answer possible is D. Number 15, the spectrum for visible wavelengths emitted by star X is compared to emission spectra of 4 different stars. According to the spectral analysis, which element is present in stars? So we're looking for hydrogen, carbon, magnesium, or neon. This is the spectra of star X. So which one of these lines up and matches? Well, I see a line here that matches, that matches. So this one has every single match. This one, look, there's a line here that is not a match. There's not a match here. So we have non-matching lines. Same thing with here. These do not have anything in common. There's lots of missing lines. And same thing here. So the only one that has a line that matches up with everything in star X is the hydrogen. So our answer is A. Diagram of the EM spectrum is shown below. We've got shorter wavelengths here. Those are your blue. We've got the longer wavelengths here. Those are your red. Earth's atmosphere blocks short wavelengths. So it blocks the short wavelengths here. So it's going to block any of the shorter wavelengths of electromagnetic spectrum. Which telescope must be placed in orbit in order to observe wavelengths? That means it's got to be outside the atmosphere, so that must be the gamma and X-rays. Well, gamma's there, not visible, not infrared, not telescope, so the best answer is going to be A. The HR diagram shows how the sun is classified among the stars. There's the sun. A star that is several thousand times brighter, so it's going to be higher up with temperature lower than 40,000. So around here is going to be in what group? Spectral class K and a supergiant. Yes. One condition necessary for a hurricane to form, we need warm water and we need low pressure to get a hurricane. So which one is that? Not strong cold front, strong warm front, warm ocean water is our answer. 19, which of these correctly compares the masses of different objects in the universe? Moon has less mass than a star, that is correct. More mass than a planet. No, moons are smaller than planets. A planet has less mass than a galaxy. Yes, and more mass than a planet. That doesn't even make sense. A galaxy has less mass than a moon. Yes. No, absolutely not. Galaxies are the biggest thing in the world. A star has less mass than a galaxy. Yes. And more mass than a planet. Yes. Our correct answer is D. The weather map showing conditions for one day across the United States. Based on the map, which city would most likely experience decreasing temperatures? Decreasing, so we're going to be looking for a front that has the line, there we go. We've got a cold front right there. What's going in the cold front? St. Louis or Minneapolis? Not Denver. Minneapolis, yes. Not Atlanta and not Houston, so B is our correct answer. Make sure you have written everything that we wrote in order to